Hey there, Noble! How's it going? Because things are going pretty good over here. It is Tuesday, April 7th, and you guessed it, we're talking about Tuesday. First order of business today, I want to talk about how pumped I am about the response I got when last Friday I asked you all, hey, what you reading? I actually got a fairly decent response, which let me tell you is usually not the case on my social media. I'll be getting lots of likes and lots of engagement, but the moment I mention books, crickets. But I actually got a really good response from all of you. I didn't get a ton of recommendations, which I want, but what I did get was a bunch of people asking me for advice on how to navigate the cloud library, which means a bunch of you checked out the cloud library. Love that. So yeah, get into it. And don't forget the cloud library also has a ton of audiobooks. You all know I'm a huge audiobook guy. My favorite part about all this is literally right after I was talking about the Southern Reach trilogy, someone logged onto the cloud library and checked out the first 2 books in the series. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know who actually checked it out because a few kids actually emailed me and said now they want to read it. But whoever you are, let me know what you think. Is it aliens? So in the future, if you have any questions about the cloud library, or you want to know where else you can get ebooks or some free audiobooks, please email Ms. Taylor. That's sharon.taylor@ms8060.org. Also, keep sending me those book recommendations. What are you reading? What have you read? What's awesome? Maybe we can talk about it tomorrow. And speaking of Ms. Taylor, that leads us right into our pet of the day. I got a few panicked emails about how I forgot the pet of the day yesterday, but I didn't forget. It's just nobody sent me any pet pictures on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, which was a huge adjustment for me after getting 1,000 of them a day. But yesterday they started trickling in again, and our staff pet of the day goes to Ms. Taylor. This is her cat, Oshi.
Good morning, NHS. Have a great day. For Ms. Taylor.
Hey, did you guys see the movie Cats? I feel like that's way better effects than the movie Cats. It's significantly less creepy. And for our student pet of the day, we have Cassidy Levesque. This is her dog, Gronkowski. Here's Gronk seemingly enjoying the sunny weather. And now we're gonna continue talking about Tuesday with a hot tip and a hot take. Hot tip, add a slice of tomato to your grilled cheese and be transcended, transported, and ultimately transformed. I like to use 2 slices of cheese and I put the tomato in betwixt. And now a hot take. The movie Avatar is not a ripoff of Ferngully like everybody thinks it is. Similar, yes, but different. However, Avatar is a ripoff of the great film Dances with Wolves. If you haven't seen Dances with Wolves, you should see it. So if you have a hot tip you'd like to share or a hot take you'd like to argue, send them my way and let's talk about them. And also, Avatar was good. People want to pretend like they didn't like it, but they did. There's a good reason it was the highest grossing movie for years until Avengers Endgame. Random fact, if you adjust for inflation, do you know what the highest grossing film of all time is? That's right, it's 1939's Gone with the Wind. If you adjust for inflation, this is what the top 5 highest grossing movies of all time look like. And now, after talking about film, let's transition to another visual medium with this week's Word of the Day, sponsored by Mr. Pog. This week's words of the day all relate to styles of painting. Today's word is realism. Realism in art usually involves the use of brushstrokes, perspective, and value to create the illusion of space and depth. Realist painters have often focused on ordinary people, such as laborers, and everyday events. Some great realist painters include Jean-Francois Millet and Andrew Wyeth, who spent much of his life right here in Maine. And now we're going to move on to This Day in History, brought to you by Mrs. Perkins. April 7th, 1940, Booker T. Washington becomes the first African American to be depicted on a United States postage stamp. In 1948, the World Health Organization was established by the United Nations. And in 1954, President Dwight D. Eisenhower gave his famous domino theory speech regarding communism in Southeast Asia. Alright, that does it for the morning announcements, so at this point, please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, everybody, continue to have a fantastic week, and as always, stay noble, knights.